What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I'm going to talk about this on two different channels. I'm going to talk about the main story over here and an offshoot on Too Raw for Sports. Look, anybody been watching the NBA over the past 10 years or so? Well, really the past 15 years, we've noticed a dramatic rise in scoring. Now, it was subtle at first. It was subtle. From 2004, I think the average score of the game was 93. By 2006, it was 97. So we saw a little uptick offensively, but it was still respectable. Then sometime, I think in the early 2010s, it reached 100 points a game. But now, it's way out of whack. Teams are averaging 115, 116 points a game on average. Some teams are averaging 125, 126 points a game. Players are having frequently 50 and 60 point games, which is something that once happened maybe, with 60 point games maybe once every 3 or 4 seasons. 70 point games maybe happen like once a decade or once every 20 years or something like that, right? 4 times, I believe, in the past 13 to 14 months. Oh no, 4 times in a 12-month span, there was a player scored 70 points in the game. This All-Star game, for the first time in NBA history, an NBA-sanctioned game, the team scored over 200 points. You could see the unhappiness and the cause, the concern. You could hear the concern in Adam Silver's voice after that All-Star performance. So there's an article from fadeawayworld.net. This article is written by Nico Martinez. The NBA's competition committee, will begin reviewing offensive advantage to achieve better balance. All right, so if this is legitimate, we'll have to see. In an announcement earlier today, NBA Vice President Joe Dumars revealed the league's ongoing efforts to monitor the offensive imbalance of the league. Speaking with ESPN, he explained that the league's competition committee has officially begun assessing whether or not the game in its current form has tilted too far on the side of offense. Dumars told ESPN's Tim Bontemps and Kevin Pelton, it is a topic that we're monitoring. We're diving in right now to make sure that we're on the right side of this. This season has seen a record-scoring pace across the association. Even teams considered average today are on the higher end for teams across in NBA history. Over the past 18 months alone, we've seen a number of 60 and 70 points explosions from players including Luka Doncic 73, Damian Lillard 71, Devin Booker 70, Giannis 64, Karl-Anthony Towns 62, and Steph Curry 62. As great as the games have been, many fans are ready to see more defense in games, and the reaction to the NBA's latest announcements was overwhelming approval. And what could they do? Well, because these guys are pussies, I can't see them bringing back hand checking. That's what I think would be a good solution, but they're not going to do that. What I think they may do is eliminate the 3-second rule, which would bring back relevancy of the big man in the paint. I think they may try to do that. Maybe they may also combine that with reverting back to making it 10 seconds instead of 8 seconds to bring the ball up the court. They might do little tweaks like that to try to lower scoring. All right? Those are my guess. I know I put hand checking in the title, but I don't think they're going to do that because, if they brought back hand checking, then that's going to really upset the meat and potatoes of today's game, which is three-point shooting. You're going to see less accurate three-point shooting, and they really want to focus on that. But it would deter some of the easier baskets if the 3-second defensive rule was taken out. And you just bring back, I guess, illegal defense. That would help things, I think, a little bit. But I'm going to tell you something, and I think this is the timing of this. And shout out to Jesse Gladsacker because I saw this on Twitter. The timing of this is very unusual. Well, not unusual. The timing of this is very suspicious, I should say. And that's what I'm going to talk about in my other video on Too Raw for Sports. So those of you who are subscribed over there, I'm going to talk a little bit more about something else that popped in my head about the timing of all this. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.